Hello guys and welcome back. I'm TotalXclipse and today we're doing something brand new. Today we're going to be doing a podcast which summarizes all the information that we've been given by the Coffee Stain Studio devs on their Tuesday live stream over on Twitch. Now I will put their link below to the stream that we're summarizing, which was on the 13th of October. But today we are joined with someone very special, another content creator. So today I'm joined with RunestoneGaming. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome.
I'm honored to be here.
If you'd like to give us a little introduction as to your channel, what you do for people who haven't heard of you before.
Yeah, I'm RunestoneGaming. I am a full-time Twitch affiliate streamer over on Twitch. I also make content on YouTube, and I try to do as much as I can to get as involved in the Satisfactory community as possible. And so I found myself here on this wonderful project working with Total. So thank you so much for inviting me here. Really appreciate having an opportunity to do this.
No, welcome. So what we're doing today is just summing up the Coffee Stain Studio devs live stream, which they do every Tuesday, and talk about the state of development of the game, and then they also do some community spotlights and stuff as well, which we won't go into. So I guess the big question is fluid update or 3.5 or 3.6?
Yeah, this was... Or 3.6, yeah, we don't really know this one. There seemed to be a whole lot of confusion on the stream. I guess officially it'd be 3.5. I like fluid update personally.
Okay, so this fluid update, what does it include? I mean, we had a teaser trailer. I'll stick it on in the background now so that those who haven't seen it can check it out. But
So really with this fluid update, one of the biggest highlights that they're kind of revealing is this new packaging machine, and they zoomed into the packaging machine. One of the first things that I guess a lot of people noticed was the MK1, and they assumed that there might have been an MK2, and so they kind of squashed that right away. There's confirmed no MK2 packaging machine.
Yeah. Now, one thing that is important to note, because a lot of people have said that this was just copied from some of the mods that are out there. That's not necessarily the case, because they had planned to have this out for 3.0, so the original fluid update. Unfortunately, they didn't get it out in time, which is why it's out now. But what does this fluid packager do?
What does it do? What does it do? My gosh, what does it do? Does it package and unpackage?
Yeah, well, that's what it sounds like, doesn't it? So, from what they've said, it just packages and unpackages, which actually means that it replaces packaging and unpackaging functionality from the current refineries, which is quite interesting because a lot of people were worrying whether that means that the current refineries won't be able to package or unpackage anymore. And
right. I guess the good news here is that you don't have to delete all 500 of your old refineries. You can leave them right where they are, but future packaging and unpackaging is going to have to be done in this new packaging machine. So don't worry, Kibitz, you're good to go.
Now, they spoke in depth about this fluid packager, even going into details about the actual size of it. So we know that it's smaller than a single foundation, which is pretty crazy, and also smaller than 3 walls, which leads me to believe it's
tiny.
What, less than or about the same height as an assembler? And I think this is something that they mentioned, that they've actually flipped the inputs and outputs. Rather than horizontally, they've put them vertically, which I guess allows it to be much smaller.
Yeah, I think I'm really excited to see kind of the designs people come up with, because I think, this is the first machine in the game where the inputs and outputs are stacked vertically. And so I think that'll be really cool to see what people come up with. Plus, the refineries really stink. They're so tall. Like to make them look good, like encased in some sort of factory, is just really hard.
I've seen some awesome refineries, but I mean, for the 5x5 challenge that I do,
Yes.
that's 8 walls high. My 5x5 is massive now. I'm really struggling with it.
Yes.
Also,
Higher than the space elevator.
Yeah, speaking about that, the refineries, they take up a lot of power, and we've actually got some news on the power. So this, I believe, is 10 megawatts. So that's what? Actually, that's less than an assembler.
Yeah, I think at 10 megawatts, this will be huge change to a factory. Let's say you have 200 of these machines versus 200 refineries. You're looking at some pretty significant energy gains.
Definitely.
I guess the big question that I think were on a lot of people's minds were diluted fuel, because that's end game. That's what everyone's dealing with the oil power, and this machine will not be able to do diluted fuel. It makes sense since you're like refining the heavy oil with the water to make fuel. So it makes sense that it needs to still be done in a refinery because it's a refinery process. You're refining something. But the good news here is that you'll be able to use these packaging machines in the water packaging part of the oil power, end game oil power setup.
Yeah, and they also mentioned that in terms of the ratios, so compared to the current refineries, the ratios will still be the same in terms of input to output. What they did also mention in regards to after the diluted fuel, I don't know if you caught it in the actual gameplay where Jace does his no delete challenge. Don't know how he does that.
Insane.
They mentioned that we won't be able to pack sulfuric acid, which still isn't available in game as a packaged material fluid.
Now, a big question on everyone's mind also was in the video, and you mentioned it in your spoiler, not your spoiler, in your teaser trailer there for the fluids update maintenance. What's up with that animation, huh?
Yeah, so I mean, I did mention this in the video, some of the possibilities of what it could be. I'm pleased to say that Jace has confirmed, or Snook confirmed, I'm not sure which.
Confirmed.
That
Snook confirmed.
that it is just an animation, an Easter egg, a bit like the nuclear power plant arm that we had when the nuclear power plant was first released, not the new rendition, where you could actually see the arm go in to pick up the nuclear rod and then it accidentally drops it and it kind of looks, I don't know why I'm doing this with my hand, but yeah, it's just an Easter egg animation, but still pretty cool nonetheless. Did they speak about how much this is going to cost in terms of resources?
Yeah, they mentioned 10 plastic, 10 rubber, and 20 steel beams. It's interesting that they made it require plastic and rubber.
Absolutely, because to make plastic and rubber, you need to use a refinery. So I presume the fluid packager might be slightly further down the line, possibly with fluid transportation. That would make sense, actually. I'm gonna put my money on that.
That's actually, because I was thinking of that same thing. What milestone is that going to be attached to? Like, I know that there's a milestone. Yeah, is fluid transportation. That's the one with packaging, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the package fuel one. That's definitely it.
And they also use steel beams, which...
Yeah, I'm excited about the steel beams being used here because there's not really many endgame structures or structures at all that use the steel beams aside from rails.
Yeah,
so it's nice to see...
Yeah, I was just going to say, the only thing that I think uses steel beams is rails, other than stuff that goes on to become encased industrial beams. But
it's nice to see an all-encompassing distribution of the resources in the game. It kind of it's fleshing the game out a little bit more, and I think it's really cool. It's kind of showing us that 1.0 is just right on the horizon, because now there's buildings that use steel beams.
So they've also confirmed, well, they haven't confirmed, they've said that there are a lot more things included in this particular update for Fluid. And they haven't said yet. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, No. It's Jace said that he wants to focus on big updates with smaller updates in the end just getting fixed.
I was going to say it
So
sounded like a big update. It originally for 4.0, they said they had quite a lot planned, and then they were only going to do a few bits that they were going to update. But it sounds like it's quite a substantial update overall. They then went on to talk about what their process is for the coming weeks. So we can expect a feature trailer today, another one, a teaser trailer, followed by another one the following week, a bit like what they did for 3.0, where they had the awesome sync followed by the awesome shop, and then they had that amazing teaser trailer, which I loved, showing like sneak peeks of everything, which suggests that we could see this update within the next 3 weeks.
yeah, I think that's what they're shooting for. At most 4. Looking for an early November to mid-November release.
Sweet.
Super excited.
After this, they went on to talk about the community highlights. So this is the part of the live stream where they go on to focus on the screenshots that are submitted from the community. We're not going to cover that. If you want to check it out, I do recommend doing so. Check it out. The link is below. But there was one particular thing that I thought was really interesting that Jace mentioned.
They mentioned. Yeah, they're gonna start highlighting content creators, which is something that they haven't done before, outside of the screenshot submissions. And it's going to be really nice to get some exposure to some of the less known content out there, whether you're a content creator on YouTube or on Twitch. I'm going to be curious to see like how they highlight people moving forward. They covered Mr. Mike Hill, and he did a Olympics.
Yeah, it was like a long jump version of the Factory Car Olympics. I had actually seen that a few days, maybe a day, 2 days before, and I thought it was really good. So it was really nice that they spotlighted that. And I think it's really important that they're picking out, even if it is one video per week, it's still really nice that they're picking out one video that they think is going above and beyond that which we see from other content creators. And I think that's really going to bring the community together to create some really interesting videos. And I must admit, I've got some plans myself. I'm not going to let you know about them just yet, but that should be
top secret.
Yeah, top secret.
They moved on to talking to FanForge a little bit after that. FanForge is still open.
Yes. Yes. They mentioned that you can still submit designs, although I thought it was finished last week, which is why I didn't put mine in. No, actually, the reason was I can't design Jack, so I didn't even attempt it. But if you've got some designs that you want to submit, do so. They've also said that they're going to be doing a video about the FanForge competition next week. And they also spoke a little bit about the Fix-It mug. They say they're working on it. They've got an idea as to who they can ask to manufacture. So they may have that.
Fix-It mug. Let's go.
We need that gluey copy.
We need that.
And the other thing that they mentioned about FanForge was EU merch solutions. So unfortunately, there's no new news. Goodness me, that's more of a mouthful than I thought it would be on that front for the time being, which is a shame, but I can wait patiently over this side of the world.
I think after that, Jace played a little bit.
Yes, how much did you watch of the playthrough? Because they kind of go on a tangent then, and the information's not as full on as prior.
I think that's just about when I started my thing, so I had to kind of step out, but yeah.
Okay, so they did go on to talk a bit about quality of life features that are going to be... They said they're going to bring some quality of life features to Update 3.5, the Fluid Update 3.6, whatever you want to call it. I'm personally really looking forward to holstering. I hate running around with my rebar gun out and just seeing it in my peripheral. I need to just be able to like hold down R and put that thing away without taking up a whole slot in my inventory. How about you? Is there anything that
it also it takes up a lot of screen too, but I think I'd love to see some optimization around multiplayer. I think that's really a big thing people are looking forward to. So I'd love to hear some more concrete things from the devs in regards to that. And then kind of like a little bit aligned to whole stream, some easier way to switch between the equipment. I think those are some of the things that I would want to see.
Going off of the multiplayer optimization, I totally agree. We're really struggling in our multiplayer playthrough on a Saturday, but they do. A lot of people have given them a bit of, like shouted at them for not doing enough optimization. But they mentioned it is a lot more difficult than people believe it to be, and they do constantly update. Give us optimizations. So hopefully we'll see a big change soon. No news.
Everyone's a programmer, right?
Yes,
everyone's a programmer. Everyone knows exactly how a game's made. Look, it's so easy.
In regards to other news that was mentioned, there's nothing new on the front of dedicated servers either. And they also spoke...
Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm still holding out for it. Maybe by the end of November.
Be exciting.
No chance. The other thing that they mentioned was a little bit about fog. A few people were asking questions about that. They said that they are looking into it, and though there's nothing planned for this update, there may be in the next update.
Yeah, and whatever you guys do when you're taking a screenshot, don't turn that fog off, because Snoot and Jace, they're gonna definitely be saying something about it. They say something about it just about every stream, so.
I love
make sure
the fog.
Use the nut, use the coffee mug. Don't turn off the fog, okay? You lose points.
The golden rules.
The golden rules.
Other than that, they did also briefly chat about vehicles. So a few people were asking about that because vehicles are really buggy. I rarely use them because of it. And they said that though it's not planned in an upcoming update, they are overhauling vehicles. So down the line, who knows what we'll have in store.
Yeah, it'll be nice that someone else could walk up to my train station and set the pass for it, and I don't have to do it every time. Or even the Explorer, right? It has 2 seats.
Yeah, I'd love to like sit in and let you drive me around instead of have to like stand surfing on top of it.
We'll drive off into the sunset together.
Oh, lovely.
Total, you and me.
So that kind of finishes it off in terms of all the information that they gave us. I mean, it was full on. We don't normally get that much information.
Yeah, this was jam-packed. This was a good one. I was actually really proud of Coffee Stain for how fast they were able to get through the information. It seemed like they stopped, dancing around stuff, and they really just crammed it out. So kudos to Coffee Stain for that.
Really appreciate that.
Really appreciate that.
One last thing in this, I do want to mention some community events that we have going on at the moment across the board. If I haven't included yours, please do let me know if you're doing like a community event that you want people to get involved with. So for example, Brain DG, he does his weekly build off on a Thursday. Excellent stream. I love joining in on that. 9 p.m.
Some
EST
real
on
builders
Thursday.
there.
Yeah, it's yourself included.
Hey,
that.
I was barely able to hang, okay?
No, he does. It's more of a decorations challenge where you're set to build a train or a castle, given what we have in game. So it really forces you to be creative, which I love. So if you do want to check that out, do check out his Twitch, or you can go to his Twitter if you want to have a look at what people produce. Another thing, Sam Werris, another content creator, he does a build off, and he's got one coming on the 25th, which will start at 4 p.m. BST, and this is a longer event. It's normally, I'd say, 7 hours long, where you build almost a full factory in that time.
Yeah.
It's a really cool challenge. You've taken part in it.
I have, yeah, and I really like that he pulls in a lot of judges from the community, a lot of different types of streamers. It's nice to hear their perspective on things sometimes, and I look forward to hearing who he's going to pull. Fingers crossed.
Definitely. And well, there's yourself. You have a community.
Yes, I have a community map every Friday. It's open to anyone. First come, first join, first come, whatever you want to say. First come, first serve. You're not really serving anything. Anyways, on Fridays at 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. MST, we're just around oil right now. So if that sounds interesting to you, come on out and join us.
Sweet. And the last one that I know about is, I believe, Respawn Repeat, though I haven't got solid information on it. I know that he's doing a competition of some, or a challenge of some sorts, and he is looking for someone to participate in that. So as soon as he gives me more information, I'll let you guys know, hopefully in
Look forward to it.
next week's. But I must say thank you so much for joining us. It is our first Satisfactory. I don't know. We should think of a name for this. I have no idea.
After the devs.
After the devs. There we
That's
go.
right.
After the devs. So thank you so much for joining. Do let us know what you thought about it. Special thanks goes to RunestoneGaming. Thank you so much for joining us. Greatly appreciate it, man. And we'll speak to you later.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Sweet. Ciao. So that was RunestoneGaming who joined us for this After Dev session. If you do want to check him out, I will place his Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter links below. I do highly recommend giving him a look-see. Now, this was our first podcast, our try at summing up the dev stream. If you did enjoy it, please do let us know. If you'd like us to continue this, again, please do let us know in the comment section below, or how you think we could improve on it. But anyway, guys, I want to say special thanks to all of our patrons, most notably today our Solar Eclipse patrons, The Calamity, Tommy Ostgard, and Bo Papa 1979, as well as Matt Lippard, our Lunar Patreon, and our Blood Moon Patreon of the day, Papa Snoozy. Anyway, guys, until next time, as always, ciao for now.